take a look and see what just breezed in the door. It's Ideal 61357, and this is the big one. Ideal has 3 other multimeters, but this is the one with all the goodies. It's a 1000 volt auto range multimeter with true RMS. It has a 6000 count display and IP52 rated. It has a non-contact voltage detector with a high voltage light built into it. And this is the only one that has the LoZ and the bar graph. So let me just get it closer so you can have a close look at it. And if you notice, take notice, it has some pretty large buttons, and if you're wearing gloves, those large buttons come in really handy. They make it really easy to use this multimeter. Turning it on, the first option is LoZ, and I'm going to go over some of the buttons. This is the light, the hold, the min, max, range, and your delta relative, and your select. If you notice on the top left here, there's something that says APO, and that's auto power off. If you leave this meter laying around, in 30 minutes it will turn off by itself, and there's a way to turn off that function, but I don't know how to do that just yet. I'll figure it out eventually. If you want the rest of the voltages, it's a default to millivolts. It's set to auto on AC, and if you want a DC, you just press the select button and it'll switch over to DC. The same select function follows for the next options coming up, which are diode, ohms, continuity, and your capacitance. There's hertz, which is your frequency, duty cycle, your Fahrenheit and Celsius temperature. Over here is asking me for leads. I don't have the leads just yet, but this is your microamps, milliamps, amps, and the non-contact voltage detector. I'm going to test that out. Let's see how that works out. I'm just going to get this cable, and shows that cable is live. That's your non-contact voltage detector, and this also has an industrialized boot. So if you mess up the boot, you can actually remove it and get a new one. This is a pretty nice feature. It also comes with some pretty nice leads. I'm going to do a little measurement, and I'm going to take off the caps because the way I'm going to measure, I'm going to need to take the caps off. Just going to plug these into their corresponding ports, and I'm going to get that cable to measure it. And as you can see, we got a voltage detector in there from the leads. I'll set it to LoZ. And I'm at 121 volts, 0.8. And as you can see, the light is a steady red, and that indicates that there's more than 30 volts coming through. Let me see here, there's a little lightning bolt there on the display. The bar graph is going. And I'm going to set it to voltage, do another reading. 121.9. And there goes the red light on again. As far as the leads, I'm going to do another illustration, but first I want to show you the light. I'm going to turn this off. It's a pretty bright light. And I'm going to set it over to that microamps where I was before, where it was asking for the lead. And it wants you to put the lead in the corresponding port. So I'm just going to remove that red lead and put in the corresponding port, and now you'll be able to take proper measurements. The same follows with the milliamps, and if you switch it over to amps, it's going to ask for the lead again. You have the lead in the wrong spot. So I'm just going to move that over to the amps. and you'll be able to take your proper measurements. As far as switching it back to voltage, it's asking for the lead. I'll move it over to the corresponding location, and now you're able to take your measurements. The reason why this asks for a lead is because it has a lead position warning. That way you don't put the leads in the wrong place and mess up your multimeter. I believe this has an optical sensor that determines where if the leads are in the wrong place or not. And I tried putting a lot of light here to see if it would trigger that optical sensor to give you a bad value, and it hasn't done that. So far so good. Pretty nice meter. And as far as everything else, just looking at the meter, got the back there to hang the meter, and you got the places to put the leads. You got the lid that pops open to stand the meter upright, and it takes 3 AAA batteries, and the fuses are very accessible once you open up the battery lid. And what do we have here? We have a soft case to protect the meter, and the instructions. You have thermocouplers, K-type, and certificate. I think that pretty much covers it. I hope you like this video. Feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep making more content for you guys. Until next time.